is slightly tapered, but over the short length, the hole can be and give it a touch up with escapement files and emery paper. This is a good time to make the balance staff. In a typical watch, this is one of the most difficult parts to make because the pivots are typically machined to around 0.1 millimeters in diameter. Additionally, extra care has to be taken for all aspects to be perfectly concentric, so it should be finished between centers. However, this is a demonstration model and I'm using ball bearings, so this particular component is actually trivial to make. Note, this is bad practice, but here I rely on the accuracy of my collets and machine the ends to around 3 microns oversize, where I can burnish down till the bearing is a light press fit. At this point, I can't fit the balance wheel directly to the staff, so I machine a brass ring which I can attach to the balance wheel to interface with the balance staff. Again, we differ from a traditional watch here, where we would normally machine this part into the balance staff. In larger engineering applications, there are several ways we can attach something to a shaft. Some examples
we might not get nobody tonight, y'all.
Fitting, grub screws, welding, brazing, or gluing. In watchmaking though, we almost exclusively use a staking process. I demonstrate this here, where I simply use a punch to deform the metal in such a way as to accurately rivet the components together. The staking tool holds the stake or punch in the right position to ensure everything is accurately fixed together without asymmetry. The balance wheel pivots are the most important pivots in the mechanism. The less friction here, the better. Here you can see the balance wheel is extremely free running, which is exactly what I'm after. Going back to Alistair's workshop, he has begun to work on the escape wheel. The escape wheel can be made in a similar way to any gear, but it has a unique tooth profile that can't be machined using an off-the-shelf cutter. So Alistair first makes a custom-shaped cutter.
What's happening, bro?
The teeth of the escape wheel engage with 2 other components, and each of these components serve a different purpose. One component is the locking stud that we come onto later, but this holds the escape wheel in a fixed position for most of the balance oscillation. When the escape wheel is not held by the locking stud, it provides an impulse of energy into the balance wheel.
Hamster lover, what's up, big?
It achieves this by engaging with a surface fixed to the balance stud called an impulse point. I will explain this in more detail later in the video. Here, Alistair sets up to drill 4 holes in the end of an aluminium rod. The end of the rod is parted off in a lathe to produce a washer, and the holes remaining on the rod are tapped. These 2 components will create the arc to which the escape wheel blank can be mounted. The blank will be sandwiched between the arbor face and the washer to fully support the blank when the teeth are being cut. Alistair roughly marks and cuts up the escape wheel blank from brass sheet. Note at this point the shape can vary because he will machine it to the final profile in the lathe. Likewise, the position of the 4 holes do not need to be accurate. The blank is mounted on the lathe and is machined circular but still oversized. The blank is then removed to cut and file the spokes.
How y'all doing tonight? How many y'all out there? 5 y'all. All right. Do me a favor. Just subscribe. Thank you, Hanson lover.
Once formed, the teeth will be very
And nothing like having a Hanson lover on your team. I promise you that. How y'all doing this evening? Hope all is well.
A bearing mounted on a tool post can be used to bring the blank back concentric. This will ensure when it's finished, the spokes will be concentric to the teeth. Uses a graduated dial on his dividing head to index the workpiece round as the teeth are cut with the fly cutter he made earlier.
Greetings, brother from Germany. Germany? How you doing, bro? Dude, okay, the dude from Germany. Welcome, brother. Hey, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, man. Become part of the community. I do lives in the morning and lives in the evening, and I make videos all the time and put them on there for machining. Downtron videos, yeah.
Although later I have to fix it to the shaft with a small radial screw to allow easy assembly and disassembly of the mechanism.
Chips burn your ass up, boy. Woo. Try to get in there and out.
As I mentioned earlier, one of the purposes of the escape wheel is to provide an impulse to the balance wheel, which it does through the impulse roller. For the purposes of this model, I made the impulse roller from glass, although in a wash the impulse face would usually be jeweled, or at least made from hardened steel.
Greetings to everyone. Welcome to the channel. Adkins fabrication with Ed Sub. Safety glasses on.
I mount the roller and escape wheel on a depthing tool. This allows me to adjust the separation of the two components until I'm happy with their engagement. I can then use the depthing tool itself to transfer the center separation straight into the main plate. The impulse roller can now be staked onto the balance staff. At this point, we'll need to consider how the escape wheel is going to be mounted.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Tanks, which can be made by recessing a bar of steel using a watchmaker's faceplate. The question I'm sometimes asked is how do I design? The truth is, it varies from project to project. Sometimes Hazel will work with me to produce a detailed at the other end of the spectrum.
You want to do a shop tour? You want me to show you around the shop, what it looks like and everything? This is the machining area right here.
Before starting to manufacture, but
maybe a second lane could have crashed.
In this case,
we can bring it back over this way though.
But nevertheless, a lot of this work is still improvised. For instance, at this point, I don't really know how deep to make the recess because it's dependent on other parts of the mechanism. So I opted to make it too shallow to work with this handy offcut and machine spaces later on to bring it to the correct height.
Here's what we got. This is the machine shop area over here. Really, the whole thing's a machine shop. Right. You see there? Alright. Here's where the granite surface stone is. Surface plate. We got our different instruments. This is a RA collar fixture, stone. This is the machining area. This is where I keep all of our machining stuff over here. Okay? I mean, I got it everywhere, a little bit of everywhere, but it's, you'll see. You'll see. Alright, here we go. Now, this is one of my benches over here. It's where I do some work at. Like, I'm messing with jewelry a little bit. I got a ring bender right here that I don't know what I did with the damn ring that I bent. I had a ring that I bent that I made out of a spoon. So it was kind of cool. But yeah, and then, you know, there's another cabinet that's got different varieties of tools and material in it. And then this is my electronics area and my jewelry area where I'm working to learn horology and jewelry making. I'm not quite there yet to start doing jewelry, but I'm working on it. Ice wall, oh come. Like, oh, Pinto Bean's back. What's up, Pinto? Smooth criminal. What? Wow. I can't even understand what you're saying, bro. Can we translate this? If we can't translate it, bro, we just getting rid of you. Alright, bro. See you later. I don't understand what you're saying, bro. You know, yeah, I don't do that. I get too paranoid. My PTSD kicks in too much. Alright, so, yeah, I rent the garage here. And, I rent the garage where I'm at. So, that's as far as I'll show that right now. And then, my tool grinders and one of the videos that we're working on is attaching that drill bit grinder right here to this. Nice floor, brother. Yeah, I'm sure I did show you a nice part of the floor. What information? So, yes, there's the wood lathe. Just another part of the workbench where, you know, file work and tear stuff apart, woodwork. If I do any kind of woodwork, sharpening, I use that vise for pretty much everything. And there's the bandsaw, another part of the workbench. This is more for where I do, you know, like heat treating or getting something ready for heat treating or just ripping something down. Little anvil. There's my forge. That's my burner, by the way, for the forge. I made that. Yeah. That's right. You see it. Trump 2024. Alright, well, ain't none of y'all participating, so we're going to just do like this. I'm going to put you right back over here. And if you watch, you watch. If you don't, well, I'll just log out. No problem at all, bro.
I apply some beeswax to the surface of the cork, which provides a grippy surface. The beeswax holds
Now I
the
will tell you this, I do
position
got some
as I gently
ideas what I
hold the
want to do,
detent
right?
thinner and thinner.
Like,
As the
I want
spring
to put a
approaches
camera
its final
arm up to
thickness,
where the camera
workpiece
arm,
becomes
like,
very
you
fragile,
can move it.
and I have to handle it carefully.
And it'll get in on shots, like especially over top the lathe right here, where you get it down on a shot, and lathe or nothing like that, it'll actually stay put. And then same thing, you know, you can adjust
I
it
cut the
around
extra
or
spring
around
from
like
brush
this,
shim and bend it to
you're
shape
out
with
of the way while
tweezers.
it's hitting the shot.
Later, I
you know
opted
what
to
I
use a
mean?
thinner shim,
Oh, look at
because
that.
the thinner the shim, the less
You probably
energy
don't
is
know what
lost
I
in the
mean.
escape.
See how it's pointed the other way.
Same logic can be applied to the main
but,
detent spring,
you know,
but
you
it can't
bring
be
the
made
arm
too
around
thin,
like this,
because the spring could deform
or bring
under
it
the
around
pressure
like
applied
this,
from the escape
and
wheel.
you get the shot that you want to get. Same thing on the lathe, you know, you bring it down like that, and you can just have it focused right on the lathe right here, and you ain't got to worry about the camera falling into the lathe. And that's what I'm looking for. Like, I'm trying to make sure that, the camera work is very important. You gotta have great camera work because I want to be able
I
to start
temporarily
doing
clamp the
really
detents to the
detailed
main
videos.
plate and play around with its position until I'm happy with how it
You gotta
engages
have
the
a
escape
camera
wheel
for that. You
and
gotta
the
take
unlocking
shot
roller
after shot
before I
after
bolt
shot.
it to the main plate permanently. I made the unlocking roller off camera,
I'm learning,
but it
but
is similar
there's
to the
certain things
impulse
that I've
roller you
learned,
saw me
man.
make earlier.
And
Alistair works on machining the pinion. I will later stake this pinion to the same shaft as the escape wheel, so it is this pinion that will engage with the wheel, which will provide the torque to maintain the escapement. Again, we differ slightly from a traditional watch here, where the pinion would normally be staked directly to the escape wheel. In our case, we opted to move the pinion away from the escape wheel and onto the back of the main plate to make the rest of the mechanism
I
more
got one
visible.
for you.
Typically, a watch is driven by a mainspring. This spring is wound periodically to maintain power to the
You
escape.
see that right there?
Instead, though, we opted to drive the escape
You know what
with
it
a
is,
weight,
right? Here's the other
which is
part of
much
the arm.
simpler to manufacture.
And this goes into
The
the
weight-driven
like
approach is normally used for clocks,
goes
which
through.
do not need to be portable. In fact, a weight is more accurate than driving a gear train with a spring because the force does not vary. Here, Alistair makes the barrel, which I will later hang
Now
the
it's
weight
put
on.
that and it can put this angle in it. It tightens it down, pulls it tight, and neither one of these sides move. Well, it's not moving on this side, but this side's dropping. I'm missing a piece in between here. In between these two. That allows that nut to pull this side, but yet as it pulls this side, it pushes this into this arm in
The
here
barrel
and
is
tightens
bolted
this
to the
down.
drive wheel, which
I'm
Alistair
missing
made off
something.
camera.
So
He
I'm gonna
then
have to
mounts the
make something
pinion
in
and
here.
drive wheel on a depthing tool. This is a different type of depthing tool to the one I used earlier, and instead of transferring the dimensions straight from the depthing tool onto the main plate, he instead
It looks like
measures
there's
the
another
separation
one of
using
these
gauge
missing.
blocks and a micrometer. I can then remotely drill the holes in the correct position based on measurements back in my workshop.
Absolutely.
Before we begin with assembly, let's make one more component. This part is the hairspring collet that allows us to attach the hairspring to the balance staff.
Oh,
The hairspring provides the restoring force to the balance wheel to allow it to oscillate, much like gravity does for a pendulum. The hairspring is a fascinating component, and in modern watches, a huge amount of science goes into the hairspring design and materials. I'm sure this will be a topic for a future video, but for this project, I'm not trying to make an accurate timekeeper, so hairspring doesn't need to be perfect. These watch hairsprings are too small though, so I choose to modify a watch mainspring instead. The hairspring fits in the off-center hole where I will pin it in place with a tapered pin. I initially drill the off-center hole when the bar stock is a larger diameter, and then machine it down to size after the hole is drilled to reduce sideways deflection of the center drill. The hairspring collet is slit to
Jack
allow easy
Attack, what
fitting
up,
and
babe?
removal.
Jack's Attack. How you doing, bro? Back again, I see. Oh, Jack's Attack. Hey, everybody, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, y'all.
Rather than leaving the main plate a boring rectangle, I choose to use the piercing saw and files to shape it into something more interesting. Now it's ready for assembly. I begin with mounting the escape wheel.
Hit that subscribe button for me, guys. Please, what's happening, bro?
By using the escape wheel shaft inserted through the bearing.
For those of y'all that have not yet, I really appreciate it. Back at you, brother.
I made this next component
I gotta
camera,
figure out
and it's simply an adjustable
what I
stop
want to
to
make
control
that out
the locking
of, right?
position of the
Because I gotta
detent.
make it out of
I
something
fit
that's
this
gonna
into the main
last for a
plate
while.
next.
So maybe not regular brace. I mean, I got a piece of phosphorus bronze, right? And damn mosquito.
The detent, complete with its upgraded spring and
maybe
locking
it'll
stem,
last.
which I
Look, I
fired from
see.
silver
Oh
steel,
man.
is then
Yeah, I gotta
bolted
close
in
that door,
place.
man.
Normally, the locking stone would be a jewel, hence the name.
We're just gonna start killing mosquitoes. So yeah, so I think I'm gonna make it out of phosphorus bronze. The phosphorus bronze is good for them type of applications. It's a good bearing material.
I slide the escape wheel pinion attached to its rod through its bearings, fit a washer to position the escape wheel vertically, and then the escape wheel. The escape wheel is fixed in place with a radial screw.
Boring bar.
Then I fit the balance wheel assembly. And finally, I screw in the drive wheel and attached barrel before hanging on a weight. A final fun experiment we can do with this is measure the drop of the weight for each tick. From this, I calculated that the escapement is using around 150 microwatts to run. This is actually very inefficient, and to put this into context, Alistair is currently building a clock that requires just 11
That subscribe button, guys, please.
What's the cause for this order of magnitude? I suspect most of it is due to the hairspring, but I'm always interested in other ideas in the comments. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing to our channel, and we'll see you in the next one.
Hey, for real? It's my shot, man.
In 1942, the Hamilton Watch Company of Lancaster, Pennsylvania, stopped producing watches for civilians so they could concentrate all their efforts on producing timekeepers needed for the military. Known as the Master Navigation Watch, this Hamilton 4992B is essentially a size 16 pocket watch with a 24-hour dial that was to be used as the master time indicator in airplanes. Some of these watches were available for pocket carry and came with a rubberized pouch, but the vast majority were fitted either in a wooden box if it was going to the Navy, or a box like this metal canister, which acted as a magnetic shield to protect from possible magnetization from fields inside the airplane. The watch was not secured by any mounting screws because of the necessity to remove it from the canister for daily windings and to be able to set the watch with the master time source. Because these were considered master timekeepers, the accuracy was impeccable, rivaling some of the top brands produced today. Once serviced, these watches were tested for 5 days. The daily rate in both horizontal and vertical positions could not exceed 5 seconds per day. The rate between dial up and dial down could have no more than a 0.2 second per day, and the vertical rates could have no more than a 2 second per day variation between their daily rates. So here's a watch that was produced 80 years ago that has the same timekeeping standards as modern movies that are built with much more advanced equipment, with much higher degrees of technology.
Bro, that's what I'd like to learn how to do, is make my own watch. Thank you, Jay.
A century ago.
Thank you, bro.
My goal with this restoration.
That's what I'd like to learn how to do, though, is machine my own watch.
I don't want
my own style watch. That would be amazing, bro. But you gotta really go to school for horology to do that. That's serious. I mean, I don't know. I've come this far by myself. Why not?
Is to restore this.
I believe things only go as far as you want them to go. How far do you want to take your life? Are you satisfied with what you got?
Right now.
Right?
So we're going to start by taking.
Are you satisfied with what you have in life? Like, well, let me tell you something. At 47, I stopped being satisfied a long time ago, bro. Thank you, Jay.
First things you'll notice is
I stopped being satisfied a long time ago. I started going out and getting it. And listen, like, bro, my wife used to tell me that I love
12. They spec'd out
my tools and stuff more than I loved her. That she didn't understand. Like this was supposed to be for her. As a man, when you do this is supposed to be so you can take care of your family, bro.
Has kind of a model,
right? Like,
and
so you don't have to go out and buy things and replace them. You can actually make it and replace them. Build your skills, right? That's what I'm talking about, building your skills.
And I'm also not really trying to restore this.
You know, your wife be sitting around with her girlfriends talking about, they be like, bro, that man of yours, he's really handy around the house. She's like, you have no idea.
So you can also see
you know,
that we have a little bit of
handling that ass too, by the way.
So
I'm just saying.
I'm going to try to see if we can stop that from getting worse.
The objective is to get better.
So
every day with knowledge, bro. Like,
you have the typical
stay in the books, the machining books, if you get into this.
Remove the
right?
dial.
Get
and
yourself.
The one thing I will say is this is a pretty substantial dial.
Most important book you can get, right?
Very well soldered onto the underside of the dial itself. Now, there's a couple of things.
That's the machinist Bible right there.
The dial.
No disrespect to the man upstairs. But this is like the machinist Bible right there, man. The machinist handbook.
Is a production tree.
Anybody in any field. Let me show you something else old I got. Look at this.
And of course, before I go,
I found that a long time ago.
To
see that is?
The dial feed screw back in, so that they don't
It's
come
the
out in the
bylaws
cleaning zone.
of the local union number 101.
Let me point the second
bylaws.
stands out on this move. You'll notice the plate with
Pretty cool.
two screws that holds
If you read into the
endstone
bylaws,
for the balance wheel.
it's basically
You'll
there.
also
You're supposed to
notice
turn
the
this in.
second plate with two endstones.
You got it, brotherhood
that's
of
for the
carpenters
escape.
and joiners
The
of
escape
America.
wheel and the pallet form. And
Yeah, I got the
simplicity.
bylaws. I'm holding them
That's telling
hostage.
you
Anybody
there's
want them
something
back?
Pretty special, though.
Stack that bread up.
You may have noticed that when I took the hands off the dial, I didn't lay the movement on the case cushion. And that's because of this wheel.
Nah, I'll be honest with you. The reason why I got it, I found it.
Called
And I didn't
the
want to
center
see it.
seconds wheel.
Somebody threw it away.
It's
And I didn't.
actually
That's
friction
history.
free
You don't throw
on
something like
an
that away.
extended pinion
So
from the
I
pole
keep it in here as a
that comes
bookmark
up through the jewel.
in
what
honor
it
of it.
does
I
is
know a
it
lot of
turns
carpenters
the
and
center
joiners that
second
were in the local
pinion,
101.
which is what the sweeping second hand attaches to.
So,
So not only does the third wheel have to do its regular
be
job,
honest with you, my
turn
grandfather
forward,
was in the joiners
but
in the
now it
101. He was also a
needs
shipbuilder.
power to
That's
be
what he
able
did
to
with his.
turn this
That's how he brought
center
money home to
second
feed the
wheel
family.
on top of
He
it.
was a boat builder, a shipbuilder.
All right, so to continue our disassembly, now we're going to remove the center seconds bridge.
Yeah.
Now this bridge is jeweled, and it's
That's my
actually
stepdad's
the
dad,
jewel
my
that
dad,
gives
Mike.
this watch 22 jewels instead of 21.
I don't know my real
One
dad.
of the things that you'll notice about this
Y'all got
movement
your dads
is
in your
some of
lives?
the bridges are really tight. So I'm using a homemade
Do you love
lifting
Indians?
tool that
Bro, I
made
love everybody as long as you ain't no rude ass,
and,
ignorant
the
person,
tweezers
bro.
that I'm going to be using for this disassembly
I'm
are
as
gonna
respectful as can
bronze.
be. I will hold the door
With the
for
bridge
you.
removed, now we can
Bro, if you
remove
got
the
a
center
woman, I don't believe in touching
pinion.
another man's
And
woman.
this is something you're going to want to be very
I don't
careful
believe in
with
that.
because it's
Don't
very
touch
thin.
mine.
It's about 4/10
Like,
of
it's
a
a two-way
millimeter.
street.
So
And I understand what you do
you want
now.
to be really careful
We'll
with
come
it.
back to you in the future.
Now
It's called
we can
karma.
remove
Karma.
the
That's what it's
stabilizing
called.
spring from the movement.
Hit the
And this is
subscribe
just held
button,
on
guys.
with
Love
two
y'all.
screws.
Got it.
And basically what it does is it pushes up on the underside of the center second's pinion to keep its pinion leaves engaged with the teeth of the center second's wheel.
Everybody off work now?
Now we need to remove the center second's wheel. So just in case you're wondering, this wheel has to be removed. You can't service the watch by taking the bridge off
Jules
and leaving
jerky.
the third wheel along with this wheel in place.
Bro, you
So
sound
to
like
do
you're
this,
on
I
some
have a
Jeffrey
very simple
Epstein
tool
shit,
made
bro.
out of a brass rod.
What's wrong with you
And
being a
just
pervert
basically
like
ran a
that, bro?
file to create a lip at the bottom of about 2/10 of a millimeter. And we're going to
Crazy,
use a
man.
pair of these to gently
Some
pry
of y'all
out
act
this
like you ain't got no
friction-free
goddamn mama,
wheel.
bro. Because I know if I had a mama and I act like that and she found out she...
And what's important here is that you want to lift the wheel, pry the wheel up as straight as possible, so that you
But at the
don't
same time,
bend
I don't put myself
this
in a manner where I would want somebody saying that about me, though. Hey, bro. Yeah, I remember you was here yesterday.
in here.
What's
you can
happening? How you
see
doing
damage
today?
left behind from other people who have pried this off.
I hope you had a good day,
Who
man.
are not using brass. or
Oh, God
bronze
bless you.
and have
In
scratched
every
them
way,
out.
bro. Always, bro. You know?
So now we'll go ahead and
I like
remove
to
the
I like to
balance
visit over there in Great Britain one day. England, Great Britain, all that. I'm great, man. Blessed. As always, blessed. Damn mosquitoes are in here though. I had the door open a little bit ago. Same to you, brother. Same to you. God bless you too. All the way, 100%. Oh, so you're in the Liverpool, in the UK. Definitely like to visit there one
And
day.
now we'll remove the pallet bridge and the pallet fork.
Hey, any of you guys in here right now that ain't hitting the chat,
If
that
you're
chimed in,
into
do me a favor,
watch
hit that
repair,
subscribe
you've
button for
probably
me, guys.
heard a million
Hey, let me tell
times
y'all,
that
and there's
you
some of y'all that
never
was here
oil
yesterday
pivots
showing to all you guys, right?
on the pallet fork.
Jacks,
And in most
Oh.
cases, that's true.
Oh, there's a bug on it.
But here's
Listen.
one of those rare exceptions. where you're
100
supposed to-
subscribers yesterday. Thank you guys for the
Now
follow my
look
heart.
at the
Thank you,
shape
God.
of the pivot. This pivot has
Thank
the
you,
same
brother.
conical shape that a
Thank you,
bounce
Mike.
ball pivot
Appreciate
has.
that.
And the reason it
100%
is because
appreciate
this
that,
goes
man.
in
Listen, I'm just
a
trying to get it up to where I can get monetized, guys, because I use my
just
phone,
like a
right?
balance wheel.
I'd actually
If
like
you
to
look
get
at
my,
the pivot
my
on the
I'd like to get a
right
new computer.
You see where
The computer I got, as you can see, it's kind of old,
until
right?
it gets to the
It's
corner,
got a
you
Pinion
see a
5 in
sharp
it,
corner.
12th generation, so it does okay, but there's a serious delay in it,
So that when the watch is
right?
in
Like, I ain't even
position,
looking at the camera right now. The camera's been away. There it goes. Now it's just fine.
the arbor, because that
See what I'm
sharp
saying?
edge on the
Like,
outside,
I like to get
that arbor repels oil
a
away from it.
computer,
So that's
and I
why
like to
it's
get a Canon camera and
probably
start
one of
really
the
doing
most
some
common
video and
problems
learning how
that
to
you
edit,
see in these movements
do
when
all
the
that.
watch
So that's what I'm
goes
working on, trying to get
is the
monetized
fact
here. So I
that
need all
the
everybody to
screw
subscribe for me, man. Get me up
crown
there.
has been broken off. When you look at the wheel, there's
Absolutely,
nothing to
bro.
indicate that the screw is a reverse thread.
I tried,
And the
brother.
reason that it doesn't
I try to
move
be an inspiration.
because
That's why God got me where I am today,
machined
man.
into the
But everybody,
lock
bro,
winding wheel.
recognize, listen, even if there's somebody on here that's still using, right? Understand something.
Let
You're
me
not
just
alone.
speak for all my pocket watch
Don't make
collecting
yourself be
friends
alone. Get in
that
here
this
and
is
talk
not
to me,
the type of
man.
watch
Right?
you want to start
It's
off
all
with.
right.
Not only
It's
does
not
it
all right
have
that you're still using.
significant or logical,
It's
as
all
well
right
as
that you're starting to
historical
recognize the fact that using
they
is
haven't
not
been
what you
making
should be doing.
parts for this thing for over 80
And we can
years.
start working on that.
And as
You can start
pocket
taking it
watches get
step
worked
by
on,
step.
things get damaged, parts become more and more scarce.
And I don't have much.
So please,
But whatever I can
save
do to help one of y'all, I will, man.
More experience under your belt.
I mean,
And
if
now
you
we'll
need
move on
boxers,
to removing
socks,
the click
t-shirts, that's
and
why I
the
got
click
that
screws,
site over there,
which
right,
are
for the help
pretty
with that, the
standard
recovery
and special
package,
about
right?
them at all.
Oh, I died
Now we
from
can
it, bro.
remove the 3 screws that hold
That
down the
shit's a
barrel
doozy,
edge.
man. I took one hit in my lifetime and it killed me. I used heroin. I was a heroin addict. The teeth you see, bro, my teeth were never like that. I'm an ex-gang member too, bro, right?
And now we can remove the
Oh.
barrel bridge.
Retired.
And now we can remove the
And,
center wheel.
You know, I laid back and I
and
chill now,
the
but
mainspring barrel.
they was beating up the police was beating up one of my brothers, man. And without saying too much, you know, I'm trying to think of what I say
And
before
now
I
we
say it.
can remove
But
the
they
trade
was
bit,
beating up one of
which
my
in
brothers,
this
bro,
case
and I hit
only
one of
has
them. The other
one
one
handle
came around. He
for the
hit me in my
full
mouth with a mag level.
and it holds
Bust
the
my teeth out. It whooped
jewel
my ass.
capsule for the
But,
escape bit.
I hit the cop first. They could have charged me, and they didn't. They whooped my ass and let me go. But I ended up going to Hagerstown on a charge, and they fixed my teeth. But they do it shitty in prison, you know? So I'm stuck where I'm at right now. I got state
Now we
insurance. I'm
can
working on getting it
remove the
fixed.
third wheel
I'm working on
and
getting
check out its
to a
extended
doctor, but it
arbor
kind of
on the
scares me,
top
right? Because I can't
that
take
the
pain
center
medication
seconds
like
wheel
everybody else,
friction fits to.
right? They're
And
not.
now
Fuck
we
the
can
police 100%,
remove
bro.
the fourth wheel.
Power to the people, bro.
And
Absolutely.
then finally we can remove the escape wheels.
Stay
They
strong,
slide
brother.
away
Good night
as
to
the
you, and God
same
bless
type
you,
of
man.
conical
I mean that.
pivot
Stay
that
strong. I'll talk to you tomorrow. What time is it right now in the UK, bro? I'm sorry. Before you sign out.
And now we remove the second setting lever, which is what provides the
I should have
hacking.
asked you that for the beginning. You
So
probably
as
already
the
saw that, show. I
crown is
understand.
pulled, it pushes on the
I
spring
asked you
finger,
tomorrow before you get
which
your chance to
has
sign
a
out.
little spring on the
Oh,
end.
you can see the
of it
bugs flying in the
engages
camera.
The balance wheel, stopping the balance wheel. Then obviously the move.
Listen,
It's held in place with 2 screws and the second setting lever maintaining
12:25, bro. Okay. Yeah, it is kind of late, ain't it? Let's get early. I'll see you in the morning, man. Y'all be safe and have a good night. Right on. Appreciate that, Sean. Good night, bro.
Now we can relieve the tension of the second setting lever spring. And then finally we can remove the second setting lever itself.
Alright, guys. Well, I just wanted to stop in and say what's up. I guess we're going to
Now,
sign out
before
for the
we
night.
Flip the movement over to the dial side. release
8
the
people, 8
setting
likes.
lever
We're
from
going
the
to go with
keyless
that.
box.
Thank y'all very much. I love y'all. Peace to each and every one of y'all. If y'all need anything, don't forget Adkins Fabrication. Adkins Fab for. Matter of fact, let me put that in
And
the
now
chat
we
real
can
quick.
flip the movement. Now, the keyless works, Hamilton uses a little bit of nomenclature that's a little different than what you may be used to. A lot of times, this part that I'm removing now is called a yoke spring, but Hamilton calls it a setting cap. Now, to remove the setting cap,
I put it in the
start
chat,
by
y'all.
just
If y'all
loosening up the 2
ever
screws
really need that, hit it.
and then I'm going to release the tension.
That's the email address.
At the end.
I love y'all.
where it
Stay
engages
strong.
with the setting
Be
lever.
good. Be good.
And now we can
I'm
just
out.
finish taking the screws out.